Hello, stream.
Good evening.
It is a day.
That just about covers it.
There's only 4 of us today. Serga had to take some time to himself, which is fine. Please do that if you need to do it ever. Except for Dengle and I. We're not allowed.
I'm talking good code. It's just we don't have a stream.
Exactly. I a little bit considered it today. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
You sure?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm good now that I'm like sitting down in front of everything with my coffee and ready to go. But the act of driving home really made me not want to do anything.
Honestly, I get that.
Hello, Kraken. How are you tonight?
Let's be honest here, the act of going to work made you not want to do anything.
I mean, that's fair. I was actually fine today. I was very tired when I woke up. You, Kraken. We talked about how our days went before stream and before you got here.
Oh, yes.
Anyway. Yeah, I was actually, like, okay today. And then it was just Earl and I from 4 o'clock onwards, and I wanted to die. You both got to miss my leg. Well, Ned got about half the rant, but Dengle missed the probably 30 or so minute rant that I was on.
It's fine.
Yeah, not a big deal. I probably should take some Tylenol or something, but that's fine.
Don't be like me and not eat enough before you take pain medicine and then get your stomach all screwed up.
Been there, done that.
Which is why I have brandless cheese flavored crackers.
Nice. I have cookies in my purse I could eat, but that also involves getting up, and I really don't want to do that.
Yeah. I wonder why.
Yeah. Anything anyone wants to go over?
Ready to go when you are.
I've given them a pre-warning about the stop that we're going to be making.
You did?
Not exactly what's going on, but that there's going to be a stop.
Yeah, all we got was hey, we're taking a side stop.
That's so nice of you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we can get rolling then. You guys did it in the wrong thing. You did it in the command list, not the bot stuff one.
Ah, sorry. I'll delete it.
What do you mean, oh, Zep is here? Of course Zep is here. This is the game Zep is in.
We also still need Aries.
So as everyone watching can see, we have a new box because we're trying something new. We'll see how that goes. Yes, under Dengle. We'll see how this goes, but we're gonna try and show texts from the groups.
It'll be fun.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work, then no harm, no foul.
Yeah. But texting was eating up a lot of in-game time that wasn't being taken up by anything else, where we could actually like talk to each other and stuff. So, yeah. We'll see how it works, but it's a new thing. So, this is World of Darkness. If anything comes up that bothers you or causes you problems, or you just need to take some time to yourself, please do so. That's fine. We do recaps, so you won't be too far behind. And we will answer questions if asked about it. That being said, I am your storyteller, Feyla. We are playing in Detroit tonight. And joining me is Dengle playing Rufus.
I'm alive.
Debatable. Nenavar playing Zep.
Hello.
And Buttons playing Uriel.
Good evening.
So, as I said, no Serga/Life tonight. He will be chasing down some leads to track down his Thin Bloods. So we will check in with that during our next game. Anyone want to do the recap? What?
Lots of talking.
I mean, yeah. Because I had it and then said something, and now I completely just blanked, and I'm like, yep, that's not working. Yeah, my brain's legitimately not working. So, Buttons, I hope that you can like process.
We had a lot of conversations. As far as I can remember, Rufus did a little bit of talking to Gabby, and after a bit, we ended up going over to Ellie's domain for the first time and talking to her.
There we go. That reminds me.
And Uriel got really pissed at Life because Life outed their abilities and kind of cued Ellie into the fact that something weird is up with them. That was a fun thing. Let's see, what else did we do? What did you remember? Of course, I asked Brightus, who's got a mouthful of food. Sorry.
That's all good. Just the whole, like, why we went to Ellie's and just some generalized, we're trying to get dirt on certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Buck is moving in with Spike. We're handing Spike King's setup, which is sure that'll be fine. But yeah, Rufus put some feelers and a olive branch out for Ellie to do what she wants with it. Hopefully she doesn't stab him with it.
Mm-hmm. And Zep had some fun at a super secret special hangout place.
Bar / temp agency. And Life also had to go looking for his Sunbloods because he still hasn't found them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I'm sure that's not alarming.
Not at all.
Yeah, they've been missing for a few days now.
They do this, it's fine.
So, where did we leave off with each of you?
Zep had gone back to his haven and is getting ready to head to Chicago. Rufus offered to go along.
As did Uriel?
Yep.
Rufus had just got done talking to Spike and basically slept in the alley out back of Spike's house.
Yep. So, rouse checks.
Yay! I'm at 3.
That's good.
Past, I'm at 2.
I passed, and Uriel, I believe, is still sitting at 2. Yes. Yes.
I was gonna say that sounds very question-like. If it's a question, I'll bump it up because I'm not keeping track.
No, it's all good. I was just pulling up the sheet there, so
Okay.
we're all good.
So, what would you each like to do upon waking? Well, question first. Does Zep wake up during, like, when the others do, or is he up earlier?
He'd be up a little bit before sundown just to make sure everything's ready so that they can leave right away.
Okay, so you're prepping and taking care of stuff. Okay. Anything you specifically want to pack or get ready or prep?
Couple extra firearms just in case.
Okay. All right. So upon waking, what would Rufus or Uriel like to do?
Rufus is gonna get a bite to eat.
Okay. How would you like to do this?
He will take the opportunity to take the quick bite rather than the normalized for him bite.
Are you calling a herd member or are you just going out?
If there's somebody close by that looks to fit the bill, then sure, but otherwise he'd just...
Roll me a dice. Tell me what you get.
That would be a fail.
There is no one in the immediate vicinity.
Then he would call somebody that he knows typically stays close by
Okay.
to just do a check-in.
Ooh, what did I... One sec. I forgot a name. So you know a couple of people who are nearby, including Dave.
And Dave's Damien's friend
Yes.
there. So would not be touching him.
Okay.
However, would call one of the other two.
Okay. Yep, they'll come. Not on your preferred substance. You have to provide it if you wish for that.
Not gonna worry about that right now.
Okay. It's easy enough to do. They don't have anything they feel like they need to confess, but they are more than happy to hear you speak.
Yeah. And We'll only take one during that.
All right. So they leave in a happy days.
Semi-euphoric state. Yay.
Yep. So we will leave you there. Anything else specifically you'd like to do?
And then we'll head to the school after that, assuming that everybody's going to meet there.
Okay. Does Zep go there?
Yes.
You would probably be there before Rufus. And then Uriel, what would you like to do?
Uriel is going to, Uriel is actually going to, knowing that they're going to be out of town for a little bit, is actually going to send a quick message to their ghoul. And I'll
Look
have
at
that. Hey, testing it out.
And you would get a response, but continue to go about what you were doing.
They would have gone back to the Airbnb for the night. So after that, they will spend a little bit of time packing in overnight just in case, and making their way to the school from there.
Okay. Anything specifically Rufus or Uriel would like to bring?
Uriel will bring the book that they're working on transcribing, and the copy that they're making. That way they have something to do in the vehicle, or if they get hauled up over a long period of time.
Okay. So
Rufus has...
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Nope. Bad. But Rufus has everything in his band that he needs.
Okay. For more so Button's sake, the trip to Chicago is going to take at least around 4.5 hours, 5 if there's traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Well, could be more, but this time of night, probably not going to hit too much traffic when you get out that way. And that's rough estimates. But, so you're going to have a few hours to kill. So, you all meet up at the school.
Right, so I don't know exactly what we're getting into here. And we're picking up someone named Stella, and we're just bringing them back here.
You were given a drop-off address.
Yes.
Okay.
Do we have any more information about this, Stella?
Nope.
Great.
But
Okay.
just as a precaution, I brought some extra stuff for protection.
Oh?
You'd have a extra handgun and the shotgun.
Okay.
I'll even turn on the radio this time. You said Chicago, right?
Yes.
Mind if we make a quick pit stop on the way?
Sure.
Shouldn't
Where are you
be
thinking?
Oh, just down the road, about hour and a half, somewhere in there. Maybe a little bit further, but have to make one stop before we get there.
Guess it's a good thing I brought something to work on then.
Yes.
Do you guys have stuff to sleep in just in case we don't get back before sunrise?
The van is sunproof.
And he's just gonna stare at the mural on the side. You sure that's a good idea?
When you lock the doors, it's perfectly fine.
And like I said, we don't fully know what we're getting ourselves into, and having a very identifiable mural is probably not the best idea.
And that's also why it is outfitted with some off-road gear if we need to.
Oh, interesting.
It's your van.
Not like I'm going to be staying in Chicago. I know better. That and something tells me that you wouldn't be welcomed. That particular prince is a little bit more strict than others.
I typically try to avoid those types of cities.
We're the best.
That's like fun.
As long as you keep them at arm's length, fine. Shall we?
We shall.
I'm going to take the first half of the drive.
I've got it. This will jump in the driver's seat.
So we'll take the passenger.
Uriel will situate themselves in the back as close to a flat surface as they can.
There's a table back there that's bolted in.
Yeah. And Rufus, probably for the first time in a long time, will actually turn the radio on as he's driving.
What station is it on?
It's probably on something that plays not even like old music for today's standards, but like legitimately old music.
There's a couple of stations around here that do that. So, that is absolutely on. And you've got some stuff that you probably wouldn't, that Uriel and Zep probably wouldn't recognize playing.
Maybe Zep?
Oh, this isn't like classic old rock or anything like that. It's older than that.
It's like pre-Beatles stuff. If you can get it.
So stuff Zep's granddad would have listened to, got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing that you either of you would recognize. Does Zep try to change the radio?
Nope, driver picks the station.
Okay.
Okay. Some interesting music plays.
Sure. Interesting.
Well, objectively interesting.
Yeah.
So, we will take this in chunks. Is there anything that you guys would like to do or discuss for the first part of the drive? That first hour or hour and a half?
Yuri's probably just going to work on their book unless someone tries to divest their attention.
Go ahead and give me that roll, but subtract 2 dice.
Mm-hmm. Two.
You don't mess it up. You don't really get far. It's more the transcribing work that you're doing at this point. And some of your notes are hard to read due to potholes and bumps.
And very distracting music, I'm sure.
Yes. 1 or 2 places where you start writing on the lyrics. instead.
That would so totally happen, though.
So, as Uriel's bopping in the back, is there anything Zep or Rufus would like to do?
So how long have you been working on that school?
Around the time that I brought you under my umbrella.
Wasn't sure if that was something you've been working on a while, just didn't have the stuff for it, or...
It's been poking around in my head. Just didn't have the means and didn't have the contacts for it. But then I did.
Big undertaking.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite.
It's a big undertaking.
It is. But it used to be a pillar of the community. A community that has long since been ignored. So I figured let's give them a pillar to build upon again.
Sense. I think it was still just ruins at the time I got here.
That would depend upon how long ago you got here.
Said about 8 years.
That's about when the fire was, so that sounds about right. It was unfortunate, but things happen, and we are okay.
Yep.
Do you have any clues to exactly what we're doing?
Job only called for a pickup and bring them back to this address.
Okay. And Rufus will kind of, because I assume he's going down the interstate at this point, will be looking at each one of the exits, specifically for a grocery store that's still open.
Okay. They're everywhere. You can pull off and find one almost at any exit.
Yeah. You'll find one that's maybe a little bit less populated, as long as they're probably going to have, like, flowers for sale.
It's still relatively early in the evening. So yeah, there's like a Kroger's open that would have flowers.
He will go in and get a rather large ensemble.
Okay.
With a bunch of different types. As many as he can. Then
They don't have huge ones, but you can get a couple smaller ones and combine them.
That work. And he will go and buy them and bring them back, telling the other two I'll be in and out very quickly. He doesn't even shut off the van while he does this.
While the cat is away with the mice like to play.
So what are you working on?
Transcribing a book. Part of my payment for helping Life with a few things over at his church. He's letting me make a copy of this book in exchange for some restoration work.
Seems like he's going to end up owing you a lot.
That's the hope. So, what do you think of life? Tell me honestly.
Way too talkative.
Uriel just kind of chuckles. Yeah, he certainly is that.
Go in about 10 years.
You think he'll last that long?
At most.
He seems like he has the potential to really make something of himself from what I saw in his quote-unquote lair, but...
I don't know how many people know he's messed with demons already.
Too many. So you really have no idea what we're doing beyond just this pickup.
Pretty much. It's probably for the best. The less we know, the less we have to talk about.
You don't want to know what you're getting into?
I just want to know how much I'm getting paid for it, and that's all I care about.
Fair enough, I guess.
Learn something along the way, then even better.
Uriel will just kind of shrug and leave it at that unless Zep has any further conversation to make.
Nope.
Okay. Rufus. The floral section is pretty much directly on your right when you walk in.
Like we kind of talked about earlier, he would get the handful specifically that he, and then would just pick up other random things.
Yeah. You can find that. And you check out, no problem.
As he comes up, you see him with two armfuls of, I assume 2 armfuls. I don't know how much he actually buys. But there's all sorts of different flowers. Some noticeable ones are, it's got quite a few roses. It's got a bouquet of white roses. If that's a problem for anyone, that we should probably talk about that now.
Nah.
Okay, cool. And then like your normal other stuff. It's really the white roses that I know could be a problem for someone, so.
I think this group was good with that.
That's
All right.
fine.
You shove them at Zep or put them in the back?
We'll put them in the back.
Okay. You can spot the book that Uriel is working on, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it is a book that probably belongs to, or should belong in the library of one of your clan bases. Correct? The book on where he picked up some blood sorcery?
Believe so.
Yeah, so you can catch a glimpse of some of that if you're paying any sort of attention to it, Rufus.
He would, actually. Would not really care at all.
Okay. Yeah, you can plop them on your makeshift counter that you have in there.
As he does so, just be happy we don't have to actually smell this. I'm sure it'll be rather strong.
I remember my sister was fond of this real heavy floral perfume for many, many years back when we were still living under the same roof. unbearable.
Could be worse. Could have been a fan of going completely natural and smelling terrible. And we'll shut the back doors and go back around to the driver's seat. And we'll proceed to his first stop.
All right, so the trip is made without too much issue. There's very little traffic on the road. Roads are clear. There's a little bit of snow left from the whiteout from the day before, but it's all just built up on the edges. So yeah, you exit and make your way to the stop. And when you pull in, there is no cars in the parking spaces.
Okay. And just for Zep and Yuri's records, Rufus pulls up to a cemetery. This public cemetery. And I'll be right back. And gathers the flowers up and heads out into the, I assume, still rather chilly air.
Yes, it is chilly. Not painfully cold or anything like that. Barely enough for you guys to even notice, but had you been immortal, your breath would be fogging the air. And so you walk up, and the gates are open.
He proceeds through and goes to where he wants to go.
Roll me wits and either insight or awareness.
Well, that's same for both of those, so it doesn't matter for me. I got 2.
That's fine. You've been here enough. Cemeteries don't typically keep their gates open this late. Because you're now pushing into 10 o'clock midnight. You have broken into this specific one to do this before.
He honestly won't waste a whole lot of time like paying attention to that. He'll just kind of keep an eye out where he has to keep an eye out.
Okay. And the majority of the fencing here is actually like an old brick with metal on top of it. And as you are entering the gate, someone nearly runs into you. And they just kind of scoot their way around.
Excuse me.
Sorry. And they just kind of pull their leather jacket closer to themselves and continue walking.
Rufus will kind of linger on him a little bit. And, okay, whatever. And proceed.
Okay. So you make your way back. They are not the closest to the front.
No, they're not.
So it takes you a few minutes of walking. And you eventually arrive. And you see one white rose on one of the graves.
Is it the one I'm thinking?
Yep.
Kind of stop and stare at it for probably a little bit longer than he intends to. And then kind of turn around, turn back, and proceed on to what he was doing.
Okay. So we will get back to Rufus in a moment. Uriel and Zep, Zep at least. I don't know if Uriel is paying attention. You see Rufus go into the gate, and then you see another person walking out. Long leather, like almost trench coat. And they kind of glance at the car and kind of track it as they continue to walk down the sidewalk.
Anything particularly weird about him?
Wits and awareness. If your intelligence is better, I'll let you use that too, but I think wits is better for you.
Same. Only one.
Nope. Is Uriel paying attention or no? Or is Uriel continued with the book?
Uriel's probably making full use of the fact that they have stopped moving for a little bit and has got their nose in their book.
Fair enough. Yeah, the person just continues to eye the vehicle as they walk down the street. It is a little bit odd that there's just like one person walking and no vehicle here. So that does catch your attention, Zep, but they don't do anything. They just continue walking. Anything you two would like to do while Rufus is doing his stuff in the graveyard?
Because Rufus isn't the only one paying a late night visit.
Huh? Oh. Oh. I guess not. Huh.
Pretty much all Zep would have.
I'm sorry?
That's pretty much all Zep would have.
Is Uriel actually paying attention?
Once Zep mentions that there is someone, yes, they will actively look for the person Zep is pointing out and try and clock them.
Wits and awareness.
Sure thing. Four.
This person isn't releasing those puffs of air you would expect at this weather. Like the visible puffs.
Huh. Doesn't look like they're mortal.
I lost someone from being around this long.
Yeah, I suppose that does happen, doesn't it? Wonder who it is. I'm not obviously going to go off and go poking, but curiosity.
Not really.
Okay. Unless there's anything else you two would like to do, we will flip to Rufus. So, what does Rufus do?
Rufus takes the next 10 to 15 minutes cleaning specific graves, but to a lesser extent, all of the graves around, and distributing the flowers in the proper order and the proper amount, the proper specific who gets what.
Okay.
And then we'll proceed to do exactly what I've told you who'd do.
Okay. Would you like to do that, or just kind of it happened?
Well, here's the question. Are either one of our friends here going to go check in on him after that amount of time?
It's been probably half an hour, maybe 45 minutes at this point. If he was hurrying, if not, it'd be closer to an hour.
Probably send a everything okay message just in case.
Would not even get read, so. And actually, probably you would hear a zzz inside the fan.
Give him another half hour, and I'll go check on him.
Agreed.
Okay.
Yeah, so, just kind of happens.
All right. So, how long will you say that takes?
Probably takes 15 minutes to get back there, 15 minutes to do his thing, and then 15 minutes to get back. Because he's not particularly in a hurry.
That's fair. So, half an hour rolls around, and he is not out yet.
You want to go find him and I'll stay with the van?
Sure. Simple. Head out and look for Rufus.
This is a decent-sized cemetery, and Rufus is not within eyesight. Not huge by any means, but he's not visible.
Any fresh tracks in snow?
You can give me wits or intelligence and survival. Do you have any tracking specialties?
No, only one.
Hard to tell. There's a decent number of tracks here. The ground isn't muddy to the fact where it's gonna like stick to your shoes, but it does leave faint imprints.
Head further out, but try to keep the gate in eyesight.
Okay. After a couple of minutes, you do see someone walking towards the gate. And this would be Rufus. Meet him about halfway back.
Yeah. Rufus, or Uriel was saying that the person who came out probably wasn't mortal, so we figured it was a really good idea to check on you.
Oh, I know. I had a feeling. I also have a feeling that I might know why they were here. So, in any case, doesn't matter now. Let's go.
No.
All right. So about 5 or 7 minutes comes around, and both of you get into the vehicle.
Ah, there you are. Take care of everything you want to take care of?
Everything that needs to be taken care of, yes.
Okay. Should we be worried about that other visitor?
Probably. And
Wonderful.
we'll start the van and get going.
Okay. Any other special trips that anyone would like to make while you are out in Ann Arbor? Okay. Has the station remained the same?
I don't know, has it?
Uriel's tuned it out. They're not paying attention.
Supposed to leave it alone.
Okay. You come back to a familiar song on the radio, Rufus. You know this one.
You know, at
Charlotte
this point,
has actually sang a rendition of this one while you were at her club.
Nice. Probably actually kind of like do his best to follow along with the beat. He is not rhythmically gifted.
Would be humorous to watch. So, give me either composure or resolve and drive.
Fun fact, still the same roll. That would be 2.
Okay. So you don't get anywhere super quickly. It's not whether you can drive, it's just how much time you get there. So you don't speed up your journey at all. Are you using a GPS or no?
Probably, just because he's not well versed in Chicago.
Yeah, that's fine. And you aren't going into the city proper. It is on the outskirts. You're still going to have to hit the loop, but you're not in the main part of the city.
Yeah.
And so the timing on there has added an extra 20 minutes onto the expected drive time on top of the time your side trip has made. So you're looking probably another 4 hours to 4.5 hours still.
Okay.
And you are pushing 11:30 midnight at this point.
Get there shortly before sunrise. It's fine.
Okay. So for the next little bit of the drive, couple hours, anything you guys would like to do? If not, we can move on.
Waiting for them to.
Nothing in particular, I don't think.
Okay. You can give me that roll again. Still subtracting 2 dice.
I apologize for taking as long as I did.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can certainly understand why. That is a 3, by the way.
Okay. The time you spent stationary helped quite a bit.
Where I go when I need to. Re-center myself, I guess. Someone there that I used to talk to. I still try to talk to as often as I can.
How long has it been since you were stable to?
February.
I see.
A lot has happened since then, so felt like it was warranted.
Definitely
however-
getting busy.
Did, however, have an unexpected addition that why I say that we should probably be worried about them. There was a white rose present. I'm sure you saw the ones that I had.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, as all of you know, it's a way to keep certain ones of our kind away. Makes them less likely to stay around. They were trying to taunt me, I think. But I do my best to not give in to that.
Do you know who it was?
No idea. And frankly, as long as they don't cause problems for me, I don't care.
Well, it took a good long look at our van, so hopefully we're not being followed.
And if we are, take care of it. And if we aren't, well, I guess they were just curious about the artwork.
If they aren't, I'm sure there's plenty of other things for us to worry about.
Of course there is. But that is a tomorrow us problem, as some people would like to say. But in any case, are there any stops that any of you would like to make, or either of you would like to make?
I'm just along for the ride.
No, I'm all set.
Zep, if you wish to do some activities during the morning hours, I will leave a spare key for you.
Thank you.
However, just be very careful if you open up the back when the sun is out, please.
Got it.
And Rufus will remain fairly quiet, actually, for the rest of the drive.
The two of you good now?
Mhm.
Okay. So this will take up the majority chunk of the journey here. You get on close to the loop, like that. You're close to the exit leading onto it. And as you're pulling on, the GPS kind of lights up with red on the road, signaling heavy traffic. And cars start to build up behind you, and you've reached the point where you can't get off the ramp.
Okay.
That'll happen one way or another.
If Zep kind of scrolls out on the map, there's an accident light up.
This is unfortunate.
Huh?
Brake light.
Uriel kind of peeks around and looks out the window. Wonder how bad the accident is.
Hopefully not too terrible. Hopefully everybody will be okay. About what time is it?
You're probably 3.5 hours past that. You're looking at 2-ish in the morning.
Rufus will just kind of power through the traffic jam and hope that it gets cleared up for like 4.
So you are practically dead stop at this point on one of those awkward spaces where you can't break away from traffic or anything on, because you've got cement wall.
After sitting there for about half an hour, just kind of look it up, and you want to switch seats?
Sure.
Without even looking up, Uriel yells from the backseat, "Fire drill!"
And Rufus will just kind of like open the partition and kind of stay out of the way so Zep can slide over, and then he'll hop in the passenger seat.
The cheating way to do the fire drill.
Yes.
So Zep is in the driver's seat now, and Rufus is in the passenger seat. A place he does not find himself too often.
No. Especially in his own van.
Correct. Question for Zep: does he have a point in drive?
He has 2 points in drive.
Oh, wow. Okay. You will make good time as soon as this clears up then, I assume.
We'll see what the dice says.
Crash the van.
Please don't.
So the clock does creep ever forward, closer to the dawn. And you creep forward as well, but not as much as probably Uriel and Rufus would be comfortable with. The pileup got pretty bad, and this spot in general is awful for traffic. Away from the game for a moment. I don't know who has driven in and around Chicago before.
Thankfully not.
Yeah, so it's a 5 or 6 lane highway that routinely gets backed up to a dead stop for hours.
That sounds like fun.
Yes.
One of the modern wonders of the world.
And it loops around Chicago, which is why it's called the Loop.
Yay!
Yes.
Gotta love traffic.
Yep. So this accident has caused one of those infamous pileups. You will probably have to sleep it out while Zep finishes driving.
Yeah. Rufus will push it as much as he feels comfortable before he goes back and goes to sleep.
Are you willpowering through it?
Well, if he willpowers through it in the front, he's going to get burned by the sun, so no.
Correct. But even if you step to the back, are you willpowering through?
No, he's going to trust Zep to at least get them to their destination.
Oh, baby steps.
He's done it with Chris before.
Yeah. Who's bonded to him.
Yeah. And Zep's getting paid, so...
Just kind of like a bond.
Yeah, same thing.
The monetary bond.
Yeah.
Is there anything Rufus and Uriel would like to do before they fall into the day sleep?
Uriel's just gonna pack the books back up and shove them in their bag. And just kind of find a corner.
Uriel will see Rufus actually say a prayer before he lays down to go sleep. I don't have a specific one ready, so no, I'm not going to say it.
That's okay, I had one. And so, Zep, you are left alone in the vehicle. You have finally hit the major part of the highway, and you only have an exit or two to go before you can exit off of here. You just needed to hit to a specific point. So, give me resolve and drive.
Burning a willpower. It's a night of ones tonight.
Oh, Dangle's face. Okay. You make it without incidents. Someone gets a little close, but the painting apparently intimidates them off.
Sure, whatever.
Well,
The
something made him back off.
yeah, just the general vibe of the white windowless panel van.
Yep, and the... I don't know, does Zep look like scruffy homeless man?
Huh. Yeah, I believe keeps fairly short hair.
Okay. So, well, either way, they back off. And so you are left to go to the pickup spot. Now, you would know that it's said that you can pick them up at any time.
Problem is, do they know about Kindred?
You don't know?
Zep is going to find somewhere to rest just in case. So they don't have two practically dead people in the back.
Well, let me... More than likely, given the things they had to go through to get to Patch's connections, they most likely at least know about the supernatural, if not Kindred themselves. Because his facilities are geared towards people in the know.
You would find somewhere to park and head to the location. Just talk to them for a bit.
Okay. It is a hotel / motel. It's hard to tell which one it is from here, but it is a hotel. Not super fantastic looking, not seedy. It's kind of one of those in between. And when you go, you weren't given a room number or anything. You were told to see to the receptionist, though.
At the receptionist and ask for Stella.
And they ask if you are Zep.
Yeah, I am.
You are handed a key.
And there's a room number in it, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's attached with the room number. It is a single story place, and it is on one of the far ends.
Into the room.
And there is a woman sitting at the desk. And she will look very startled at your entrance.
Sorry. You would have asked for me.
Are you the one doing the trip?
Yes.
And she will stand up and grab the duffel bag that is next to the bed. Okay. Lead the way.
How quick do we need to get out of here?
Expediency would be nice, but there's no rush.
You can probably get moving, just don't open the back.
Okay.
There's some personal stuff back there.
Right. Okay. And she will follow you. And she looks like she's in her maybe mid-20s. Mousy brown hair, fairly nondescript look.
Did she have any moon-shaped tattoos on her?
No, not that you saw.
We're back to the van.
Okay. You can see fairly obviously that she is breathing. So she is... Obviously, you're here during the day, but she is breathing. Looks alive. She's not what you are. Probably.
Seems like looks alive too.
Right, as why I said, probably. She will stop and do a double take at the van. This?
So, it belongs to a friend. He's a pastor.
I see. And she gives it a long look before she gets in. But she does get in. And she'll sit and just kind of have her bag in her lap. Are we good to go right back?
Yeah. I want to put that down on the floor just in case if I don't know what you have there.
Clothes.
Okay.
Should I have something else?
No, I just wasn't sure what was in there.
Right. She'll, while staring at you, set it on the ground. Is everything okay?
I wasn't given a lot of information, just told to pick you up and bring you back.
Yeah, that's typically how these things go.
Of course, but sometimes there's extra attached.
Okay. Do you need to know anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Have you started driving?
Yes.
Okay. It is fairly early in the morning. And she'll mostly stay quiet for at least a little bit. Is there anything that you bring up?
Silently driving back.
Okay. After maybe an hour or so, she'll fidget a little bit. I didn't really get to eat before you got there. I wasn't expecting you so early. I have some bars in my bag, but could we stop somewhere?
Sure.
I don't really care where.
I'll pull into a gas station.
Okay. She will hop out and head inside. What do you do? Her bag is sitting there.
Not touching it.
Okay.
Just try to keep track of her, where she is, make sure no one comes up to her.
Okay. So you, do that? and she comes back out with like one of those gross burritos they sell.
It tastes fine.
So you make your way back again. You do hit traffic on the way back, which adds a bit to your drive. Anything else you would like to do or say or anything? Because she will make polite small talk, but she won't do too much.
Anyone you're meeting in Detroit?
Someone who requested something.
You sure you can trust him?
Yes?
Something at least.
I mean, trust enough.
Even a little goes a long way.
Not anyone I know personally, but my handler does.
Sweet.
Why this van?
Space just in case we need it.
Okay.
I would have preferred taking.
Yeah, that probably would have been less weird.
Less noticeable.
That, especially that. I mean, the art is well done, but surprising to see.
He's very firm in his faith.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Are you?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay.
So when you say handler, is it anyone I need to worry about?
They're the one who took the job, or, put out the job.
Okay.
I'm just transporting what was requested.
Very well. Stella doesn't want to say anything. He'll keep driving.
She's not going to offer any more about the job itself. But she'll, like I said, she'll make polite small talk. So, if you continue on this pace, you would arrive slightly before noon. You are getting tired, though. You're feeling the pull, because you've been up for a while at this point.
Most likely getting close to 24 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you're feeling it now, so I would like another resolve and drive, please.
One.
you start to veer a little bit. Not dangerously so, but there is a noticeable drift in your driving now. And you still have a few hours to go. Like, hour and a half, 2 hours to go. And Stella just keeps side-eyeing you like, are you okay?
Been awake for a while.
We could have waited. That's why I said it wasn't, like, urgent.
I'll probably have to pull over soon.
Yeah, why don't you do that? I don't want to crash and die.
I'll start looking for a rest stop or something.
Easy enough. You can find one on the 2 exits away.
Power through the way there.
Okay. So when you pull off, she will just wait for as long as you'd like. How long would you like to wait?
Give it a couple hours.
Okay. So you are approaching like 3-ish in the afternoon. You've taken a couple hour nap. Yeah, you can set an alarm on your phone and wake up. I don't believe you need to do anything special to wake up during the day.
I don't believe so.
I know you
This says that you have to
What?
It just says you have to sleep eventually.
Okay. In which you've taken a small nap. So yeah, you would now reach the city in a couple hours. There's traffic on your way there now at this time of the day, on your way back. Kind of bad traffic, but you can make it without, getting into an accident now. So you make your way to the drop-off point, which is actually another hotel. Just outside of Rufus's domain, actually. And in Leon's.
Loads up now, how close to the graveyard.
Yeah, go ahead and give me, what would I have you do for this one? Wits and Streetwise.
Okay, another one success.
It's not too far. It's not, you don't know the exact distance, but it's not crazy far. It's not crazy close. But also, unless you're driving to the place you don't, or GPSing it, you don't know off the top of your head how far away. Yeah, it's in the rough-ish vicinity. So,
Keep driving.
yeah, you can arrive at the hotel. Not a problem at all. And she will get out and hand you the other half of the card. Like another, basically the same thing Patch handed you, but the completion part of it.
Sure pocket, and I'll still all stay safe.
Thanks. She'll just stare if you drive off. So where would you go?
Right back to the school. And get ready to sleep a little more.
Alright. So you do that, and then we will have everyone give me their rouse checks unless there is nothing else Zep would like to do.
Don't need sleep.
Zep does need sleep.
Alright, I passed again.
Very nice.
Still good. Still sitting at 2.
Oh, hey, I failed again, so I'm back at 3. Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
My clan Bane being doomed and having slept at the school not too long ago, would this trigger that or not?
It was only 2 nights ago, wasn't it?
Correct.
It would.
Okay, well, fun thing, just take damage if I roll a 10, so. Which I did not, so.
That's good. So, Uriel and Zep, you come to. Or, Uriel, Rufus, and Zep, you all come to.
How'd it go?
She got to the right place she needed to go.
Already?
You wake up in the familiar parking lot of the school. Rufus, your vitae burns a little, but not enough to cause you harm. It just hurts.
He will swing open the back door, kind of look, and be like, you're very lucky.
I hate to grab nothing, but even if you don't sleep in that spot, even if you end up back here, you still have to deal with that.
Yes.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
It's not about where I go to sleep, it's about where I wake up.
Huh. Well, are you like, all right?
Today I am. Is there anything that you need to finish up, Zep?
Just need to let Patches know that I'm done the job.
Is that something that you would like company for or not?
Probably do you good to know where to look if you need something done where you want your name attached.
Right. Then lead the way.
Is Rufus letting Zep drive again?
No.
Zep will get in his car and lead Rufus to the bar.
Oh, you're driving yourself?
Yep.
Okay. So, Zep has been here, but Rufus and is Uriel going?
Mm-hmm.
As you're driving, both of you come to the realization that you've crossed into what the kindred consider no man's land.
Rufus will not stop, will continue to follow Zep.
It's not that kindred are prohibited here, it's just more for safety reasons as to why very few to little of them stay here.
Yeah.
But near the water, you pull into a rundown looking building. Outside there's just an old sign that says the bitter end.
So we'll step out of the van. You do realize where we are, correct, Zep?
Yes. And before we go in, you two should probably know about the no fighting rule.
I don't make it a habit of getting into bar fights.
I kind of figured as much, but it's very strict.
Yes, because I'm definitely the type to get in a brawl with a rando in no man's land.
I mean, to be fair, I believe you hid inside a Humvee when everybody else was fighting. Rightfully so. Not a whole lot that really any of us could do, but Yuri doesn't fight.
No. I did get a couple shots on that Bruja, though.
Head inside, shall we?
Lead them in.
It is a rundown looking building, and there is an older man at the bar, and he's sitting with a few papers in front of him. If you look at them, there doesn't appear to be anything on them, but he is sure paying attention to them. And he'll glance up when all of you walk in and just kind of give a look to Zep and then eye both of the others. But won't stop you.
I understand the rules.
Good. So, today in the bar, there is 4 other people. 2 women, 2 men. None of them are sitting together. Give me what's an awareness, everybody.
Comes another one. I think I got 2.
I was gonna say, you never know. It could be an utter failure.
I got 2 as well.
4.
Okay. Uriel, you notice this first. And it's more so that you hear it. There is a sharp crack of a glass. And then everyone notices as presumably Patches turns to stare at somebody who is glaring at the 3 of you. There is claws on the hand that broke the glass. And a little bit of blood, but the cut itself heals up fairly rapidly. But they don't make any movements or anything.
Uriel's eyes go wide and they take a step back unconsciously.
Rufus will just kind of stare at the hand and stare at the glass and then stare at the person. And just continue following Zep.
They track your movements. Eyes take on a little bit of a gold sheen. But nothing actually happens. They don't make any movements or anything other than the broken glass. What does Zep do?
Well, walk up to the bar and bring both halves of the car to Patches.
He will take both of them, snap the one he gave you, and just kind of drop it into what sounds like a bucket full of these things. And lay the other one under the table and start fiddling with it. Want anything while you're here?
Sure, I'll take some beer.
Regular for you. What about you two?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm fine.
Don't drink bags then?
Doesn't have the same effect for me, personally.
Something a little fresher?
I'll handle it. Thank you, though.
And he will slide a card to Zep. And it is just a like one of those gift Visa cards.
Put it in his pocket.
And there is a paper with it that has a figure on it. And it matches what you were promised. No troubles, I assume?
I was expecting some, but no.
Good. Good thing you made the trip during the day, then.
Probably what made it quieter.
Yeah. Aren't you lucky?
Didn't feel like it at first.
It'll hand up the beer. And it's in a frosted glass. Nice and chilly.
Right, this is Rufus, by the way. He's taken out of the school over by Island Park.
Yeah, I heard the whispers. And we'll reach out a hand if you want to shake it.
He will, to be nice.
Patches.
It's nice to meet you.
Glad to see you finally made your way here.
To be honest, I didn't have a reason up until now, and didn't have anybody that I would feel comfortable coming with.
No one will mess with you here.
Good to know.
You got this and the next block or two.
What I'm hearing is still don't spend a whole lot of time here, but short term, it's fine.
Beyond that, that's on you. Let me know if you need anything done.
Certainly will. Thank you.
And he will leave you guys to it. He'll turn away and start doing something. If you really pay attention, it just kind of looks like he's going through motions of acting like he's busy. What would you
Double
three
drink
like?
his glass.
Okay.
Rufus will just kind of hang around and let Zep enjoy his frosty beverage while trying to remember exactly who's there.
Okay.
Like, kind of commit that to memory and who's paying more attention to them than...
The person who is staring at you is one of the men. It's got a little bit of a rougher haircut. You guys can kind of put together at this point probably a werewolf, like one of the werewolves. And the other the other three, one of them also has that kind of look about them. One of the women, they're not sitting with the guy, but there is a little bit of wildness in their demeanor. They didn't have nearly a bad reaction as the one person. and they are also paying attention to you, just not as blatantly, and the other two don't really pay attention to you much at all. They looked up when you came in, glanced when Patches offered the blood, and then kind of left you alone. Because he was not quiet about it.
Yeah. You know, like I said, Rufus will just kind of commit their faces to as good a memory as he can.
Okay. Anything you guys would like to do?
Besides leave as soon as possible before we piss off even more werewolves? Not really.
You only made one angry.
One is more than enough.
Anything for Zep?
Just finish up his class and get ready to head out.
Okay. You can, if you look at that paper that we're handed, it's basically the receipt for it. You can see that preemptively there was the amount of what your drink was taken out of it. Almost like he knew. Wow, how weird.
Should I curious look? No, just shrug it off.
So, you guys exit. What would you like to get up to tonight?
Anything you guys need for tonight? Since you guys helped me out with this thing.
I'm good for now. I'm a little bit worried about what's going on with Life's little minions. We still haven't heard anything about that, have we?
I don't believe so. So one of those things that leaving
Perfect.
life.
Oh, your phone goes off in the middle of this. But continue, I'm sorry.
Leaving life to his own devices might be beneficial in this particular situation.
I just didn't like what I saw and hope nothing gets traced back to us now that we've been seen out and about with him.
Sorry. Looks like Chris is needing to meet.
Uh-oh.
We start heading, I guess, toward the park. I'll send him a message here in a minute. Anyone want to come with us? Come with me.
Sure.
Been a minute since we've seen Chris. Sure.
So you make your way to the art park?
Yes.
Okay. You're actually decently close to it. It won't take you very long to get there.
And we'll pull his phone out. If I can remember the actual alias that I used, that'd be great.
That's why she'll just set it to your character's name.
I clicked the wrong one. I'll get used to this. That's fine.
Anyway, does he see Chris or anybody else that he would be able to kind of ask?
There's no one out currently. I definitely meant to type school, but that's fine. He can have a mistype.
It's in character.
It really is. So yeah, there's no one out right now. Being Rufus texts are hilarious.
Yeah, so this entire time we're just kind of going back and forth. You can click, 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 click. Oh, good. He's going to be on his way very shortly. Zep, since you didn't really ask a whole lot of questions, is there anywhere specifically that we should avoid due to the drop-off that you did?
Just said that her handler wanted her to come here. So assume whatever was going on was probably sanctioned by someone, and someone else wanted whatever she had.
That's not concerning, but okay. Okay. Yeah, Rufus will just kind of wait for Chris to show up.
You did.
Okay. It will take him a little bit. But not too long of waiting. You may be waiting 15 minutes or so. He comes around the corner, not actually from inside the park, but just rounds the corner on the outside of it, and just kind of like lightly jogs up to the van.
It has been a while. Is everything okay?
Yeah, well, no.
Those are vastly different answers.
Right. Can I get in? I don't really want to talk about this on the street.
You don't have to ask. You know, you can just get in.
Okay. Is Zep in the passenger seat or no?
Zip brought his own car over, but he'd hop into Rufus's van.
Oh, I wasn't right. My bad. You're just leaving your car there then?
He'd lock it.
Okay. Noted. But Chris would hop in the passenger seat. And kind of turn to Uriel. Hey.
Hi, Chris. How's it going?
You know, not great.
That seems to be the consensus lately. What's your particular flavor of not great?
I'm hungry. There isn't a whole lot of bags to go around. And, you know, I don't really... I can't really bite people.
Right. Sounds like a problem for... well, that we need to correct.
Yeah, like, I could have kept going with tea, but... yeah.
Let me call some people real quick, and I will... get us both something to eat. How about that?
Okay.
And he will call some of his herd members.
Okay.
And just be like, hey, where is everybody hanging out tonight?
You would get a response relatively quickly. With an address. And a response that says, yeah, there's a bunch of us here tonight.
Good. I've been needing to check in with everyone.
Cool. We're excited to see you.
He will make his way there.
Does Zepp leave his vehicle, or is he following in it?
It's following in it.
Okay. And you pull up, and it's not in a super great spot. And it's in one of the houses that shouldn't really still be standing, but kind of is.
Okay. So just like, well, it's not the worst place that I've found people.
The roof is mostly there. You can tell there has been, at least at one point, has been a fire there.
At least one fire.
At least one. But the roof is mostly there. Mostly stable.
Chris,
How am I gonna do this?
we will figure that out shortly.
Okay.
Yuri and Zeb, you are more than welcome to join. You are my helpers for the evening. Officially.
Wonderful. Sounds like we might be needed.
Okay.
Sortation. And perhaps some extra hands to tend to concerns that they may or may not have.
Have mind wipe at the ready. Got it.
No, not necessarily that. So, Rufus will head inside.
There is about 4 people here, and a 5th one kind of comes stumbling out of one of the rooms after everyone says hello to you. Damien is actually here. And he'll freeze when you guys walk in, but just kind of, hey.
Good evening, everyone. Wanted to do check-ins to make sure everybody was doing well. Are there any concerns that I need to be aware of that anybody has? And Are there any other services that I can help with?
From behind everyone, Damon just kind of like...
Let me introduce you to my friends that are here to actually help. I believe you've seen Chris here at least once or twice. This is Dr. Uriel. Not that kind of doctor, unfortunately.
Yeah, a bunch of people kind of like... Some of them get really excited and the others are like, oh, hell no.
Not that kind of doctor. So, I believe art history, correct?
Oh, close enough.
I know that's what your profession is, so. Or, well, adjacent to. And this is Zep.
Hi.
And there's a chorus of kind of out of it hellos. I won't make you roll a check, Rufus. Most of these people are on exactly what you like.
Yeah. Rufus will just kind of take each one individually and A, make sure they're at least somewhat healthy. B, make sure that they've got something to eat. If they haven't, actually feed them. Two of them he'll actually feed off of for a dot each.
Okay. You do have to pass out
honestly.
some food. I assume you pull them into the van as you do these checks. You do have to pass out food, though.
And he will actually allow Zep and Yuri to perform that duty.
Such an honor.
AKA, hey, keep the other ones busy while I go do what I gotta do.
Sure.
Are there any of the, I guess, 5, not including Damien?
Yeah.
That are not his herd?
2.
Are either of those 2 one of the ones that came stumbling out of the room?
One of them was, and the other one was talking with Damien.
We'll step to the side with Damien as everybody else is getting all finished up, and we'll check in to make sure that that particular one that came stumbling out wasn't or isn't part of his food choices. Okay. I will make sure that they get any care that they need. However, Chris needs check in on them.
Yeah, no, not one of mine. Kinda new.
Good to know. I've told you about Chris, right?
A little bit. We met.
He doesn't have the same features that most of us have. Makes eating a little bit more difficult for him.
That's a thing that can happen?
Specifically with his kind.
Dude, that sucks.
Yes. But if my calculations are correct, if you ever decide to have kids, they shouldn't have that problem.
Okay. Not a plan I plan on doing.
Theirs may, but yours won't.
Okay.
So, and we'll take the one that, and he'll actually make this big deal about, oh, well, we gotta actually go take you in the van, check you out. You look like you're having some problems. This, that, the next.
And they are very drunk.
And we'll kind of eye Chris and give him the come on.
He
And
will
actually we'll
quickly scramble into the van.
And we'll actually look at Yuri and Zet and like, I think everybody kind of needs to help with this one. Get him cleaned up and all.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll take him back there.
And before you close the vans, you can hear Damien not making a scene, but attracting the attention of the high people that are there.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll help Chris get a little bit less hungry.
How much of attention are you paying on what he takes?
A lot.
Okay. He will immediately take 2.
And Rufus will, if he has to forcefully pull him off, he will.
For a second, it looks and feels like he is going to continue to try, but after a moment, he does back off. And the person is just not quite barely conscious, but that was a lot for them in their condition.
Turn to Yuri and like, can you? And we'll go back to the group. Like, it turns out your friend apparently has drank a little bit more than he intended to. We're going to be taking him to the local medical facilities, just to make sure that he's okay.
I was like, I told him not to drink that much.
It happens. Everybody makes mistakes, and we learn from them.
There's a course of agreements and all of that, and Damien's assuring them that he knows you and that everyone's gonna be okay.
Yeah. And true to his word, Rufus will actually take him to a medical facility relatively close by.
Okay. You are not taking him to Ellie's, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I just wanted to double check. There's some that you can get to. Once they realize how anemic he's acting, they kind of get him back there pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Rufus, if you want me to actually like roll, I will. But he gives this big tale about like found him drunk and doesn't seem like he's doing very well.
Question for you guys before we do this. Did one of you bite them for Chris? Or did you just make a cut?
Rufus would have bit him and then closed it.
Okay. They are a little bit puzzled as to why he's acting this way, but they accept your reasoning and don't ask too many questions. They don't really care.
Rufus gives the potential of maybe he has an ulcer that's bleeding.
They will accept that for what it is. And so he's taken and you guys are left, and Chris looks very relieved.
Rufus will turn to Chris and like, do you need any more?
I wasn't that bad off, but I'm okay tonight.
If you need any more, get a hold of me and I'll make sure that you are fed.
Yeah. We're having issues over there with how many people drink from bags, usually.
Right. We may have to start outsourcing. I don't know where you usually get yours from. But
T knows a couple people and a few of the others do, but I guess it's been weird and hard to get stuff lately. Like, they're saying that the suppliers are saying that, like, everything's been bought out already.
I have to make a deal with Ellie to try to supplement the supply.
You think that would actually work?
No, but it's worth a shot.
I can go back to them if you want, but, like, things are a little tense over there right now.
Any particular reason why?
People are getting hungry and worried. Like, T's talking to people and trying to bring stuff in and, like, trying to get people they can pay to feed off of, but the ways that they were doing it before kind of dried up.
Has anybody talked to Charlotte?
I don't know. Still, isn't her stuff a little bit, like, really fancy and expensive?
I think short term we could probably work something out. That, and with any luck, her and I will be a little bit better business associates in the future.
That's good. I mean, she was a little scary, but nice.
She's no scarier than I am.
I guess.
At least I don't think so.
I mean, she wasn't exactly happy when she saw me before.
Right, because you posed a problem.
Right.
That problem has been fixed. So.
I haven't seen her since. Not really.
So let's go talk to T. Then put the bug in their ear to talk to Charlotte.
Okay.
See if there's something that we can work out to help you guys out. So
Okay.
Rufus will drive Chris back, also knowing that Chris is probably under the effects of alcohol. So.
Yeah. Yes.
Does not trust Chris to walk anywhere right now.
You shouldn't. As soon as he stands up, he's like, oh. He just kind of zones out for a second as he tries to not fall over.
Feeling good there, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll drive to wherever Chris says that he is.
And Zep knows the way too, actually. Where she's holed up now is not the actual park, but it isn't too far away. There is a warehouse that looks like it's in the process of being converted into something.
Okay. And Rufus will go inside.
There is quite a few people hanging out on couches that are all over the place.
Okay. We'll look for T as best we can.
And if you ask, you're quickly pointed to her. She's kind of off to the side. There's a couple laptops set up near her, and she is texting when you walk over.
T.
Huh? Oh. Hi.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I hear that you are having problems.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where it's actually pretty concerning now.
Right. Have we thought about potentially reaching out to Charlotte?
Why would I reach out to her?
Because her speakeasy caters to exactly what all of you need.
Yeah, I've heard people talk about it, but, like, most of us don't have that kind of money.
Most of you don't have that kind of money because she used to imbue it with resonances. The way that she does that is no longer there. Be willing to come down on some prices. Cannot guarantee that. However, we can probably make out some sort of deal between you, me, and her, if that's something that you wish to do.
And then what do you want for it?
Frankly, right now, I want to make sure that all of you are not going to do something rash and cause bigger problems for the rest of us.
Yeah, we've got some dolls, but not enough. I'm trying to get more, but also trying to not make a scene.
That's something else that she can potentially help you with. She has employees. I don't know exactly how she gets them. I also don't care. But I know she may or may not be able to help you out with that.
Okay, that's good.
So there is a couple ideas for you. I can make introductions if you need me to.
Maybe good? It's not like I really have been there before.
Right. Chris has, but I don't think that Chris wants to go back.
No, not really.
All you have to do is ask for future reference. I'm willing to help out as best I can. It might not be perfect, but it is better than sitting here going hungry. There's also another option, which is less ideal, but it could be okay for short terms.
And that is...
I don't know if this is something that any of you have thought about, but if any of you are actually able to feed as per normal rather than having to feed through a bag, those that can only feed through bags without invasive measures want to feed from them to mitigate some issues for very short term until we can find something better.
Wrinkle her nose a little bit. Yeah, we've done a little bit of that. We've been kind of make things work, but I'm also trying to make it easier long term.
Right. Like I said, I'm coming up with short-term solutions to potential long-term problem. I'll also talk to Ellie on your behalf to try to help open some of those channels up if you don't already get supplied from her.
I don't really know where some of these people get their stuff from. I just know that they get it. So, probably. Just not directly.
I will talk to her and see what we can do. she likely will say that she'll look into it and not do anything, but at least I made the effort.
Yeah. You don't know anything about who's buying up, do you? I've been poking around, and there's just runaround after runaround. No one has a straight answer anywhere.
I don't, but I can inquire. And if it's a case of nobody can find out, then I guess we'll have to dive a little bit deeper, shall we?
Yeah. Just let me know what they're asking for. Okay?
Absolutely. Is there anything that I can immediately help you with besides this situation?
No?
Okay.
That's really the biggest problem.
Okay. I will not take up any more of your time. I will get out of your hair and try to get you some answers.
Thanks.
Rufus will kind of turn and look to Zep and Yuri. And you two ready?
Ready when you are.
Chris, I think you're safer to stay here. Unless if you want to come along, then you can.
I don't really care. Like almost trip on his feet as he goes to stand up.
As long as you don't drive, it's fine either way.
I think I'll just stay here.
Okay. Have fun.
Yeah.
He will exit.
He will what?
And he will exit the building.
No one stops you or anything, and your car is where you left it, untouched.
As I expected. He will call the hospital first and just request to speak with Ellie.
You are asked if you would like to wait while she gets to her office.
Just have her give me a call back when she is available. It's not urgent, however, it is important.
Okay, she shouldn't be long.
Thank you. And then we'll also call Charlotte.
Her phone rings, but it does not go through.
We'll leave a voicemail just saying, please give me a call at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Okay.
Then we'll turn to Zep and Yuri. Do you two have any other solutions to that problem?
I wish I did.
Do I know who is buying up our product? No ideas.
No.
Is
I
this-
personally don't know, but
Is this
Apparently-
going to affect your friend from down south's business venture by any chance?
I certainly hope not. I hope they don't have the same problems.
Would you be able to use those channels to import by any chance?
Something tells me that wouldn't necessarily be the best course of action. Seeing as the import that they already have is probably going to be a lot to do already. And I know Tiller's going to be quite busy.
Pity. That's the only idea I could think of off the top of my head.
Right. The only other option that I have is, and I'd say this jokingly, is go find one of the the fetish groups. That's it. That like that type of thing. But even that, I don't think would necessarily be the best idea. Something tells me at a certain point they would stop enjoying it.
Probably.
Rufus, your phone begins to ring. And it is the hospital.
He will answer, hello.
Hello. What did you need?
I have a couple questions for you. The first one being...
Questions that should be had over the phone, or should we meet somewhere?
Well, first one was, what is your availability? I would rather talk about it in person, however. Doesn't necessarily need to be talked about in person.
I have the next hour or two free.
I can hurry up and get over there. It should only take about 5 or 10 minutes to have the conversation that I need. So I will see you, and we'll kind of half give an idea in 30 to 45 minutes, I assume.
Okay. I will be here. Just ask for me at the desk.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
And she will hang up.
Rufus will start driving across town.
Hey! Are the other two going?
I mean, Rufus is kind of Uriel's ride, so unless Sepp decides to peel off, they're along for the ride.
Do you want to go to Ellie's again?
Not particularly, but I can wait in the vehicle if need be.
I'll put them on. Do it just to keep Uriel company.
So you are going, but you're sitting in the car? Or did
Uriel
I mishear that?
No, yeah, Uriel will absolutely stay and wait in the vehicle unless explicitly told otherwise. They do not feel like getting back in Ellie's office that quickly.
That's fair. So you pull up to Ellie's hospital, unless you would like to have conversation during the drive. Okay.
Uriel's good.
I'm double checking one thing. Give us 1 second.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys pull in and head to the front desk.
Yes.
You are directed back the same way you were before.
And he will proceed back.
Ellie is there waiting for you when you arrive.
Good evening. I hope yours has been going decently.
It has not been bad. And yours?
It's been busy. Sure, the worst thing in the world, though. So the second question that I had relates actually specifically to your business. Have you all been having issues with blood supply?
It's been fine here.
I know
Wow.
there are quite a few around the city that do not feed as per normal, and they have been having difficulties getting a steady supply locally.
She'll actually look confused.
I
What
was
do you
wondering,
mean they were having difficulties?
like, actually, some of Zep's can can't get any, apparently, is what it seems like. Or when they can, it's very, 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 very limited.
Really?
Yes.
That's odd.
So I was going to ask if there was any way that we could come to some sort of agreement to help them supplement so we don't have a mess to clean up later.
I'm confused. And she will actually get up, and you can see there's a safe in her office, and she will unlock it and pull out a manila folder. And she will set it on the table. It opened to a page. And you can see what would be like not a record statements, but tracking things like that. And you can see there's several of them that are marked with a little red dot to the left of them. And she'll point to them. These are the bag purchases from us. And you can see she'll flip kind of fast enough that you can't like read too much, but you can still see there is regular requests. And then she'll get to the March page, and you can see that the requests and sales of them have nearly doubled. And there's even more in the past week. I couldn't fill all of these. I assumed that they were being reckless.
No, right now they are for lack of a better term, taking drastic measures to make sure that they get what they need. And obviously, you can't tell me specifics. However, can you look into who exactly is making these requests?
I can. The people who come to us are the normal people. They were just getting more and more people asking them.
Well, in that case, I think that I can talk to the right channels and find those people and figure out who all is buying from them. Or where they're going, because, well, obviously they're not going to people that need them the most.
I will give you the name of one purchaser, and you can follow them if you wish. It's the one who has been requesting a lot this past week, and I can make sure to fulfill one of his requests.
If you would like me to, I would be willing to deliver it.
I will contact you tomorrow night with more details.
That's good. Like I said, it would only take 5 to 10 minutes, and I believe I'm under that time limit. So, that is really all I was wanting to talk to you about. So thank you, and thank you for being willing to cooperate.
A group that large being that hungry is not good for anyone.
Exactly, and I just hope that what we find on the back end of this isn't any more of a problem than we already have to deal with. So,
Yes.
have a good night, and I do very much hope that it is quiet for you.
Try not to cause problems.
I won't be the problem. And you will kind of give a nod and turn and walk out.
And you can hear as you're walking away, the safe opens again and closes. Well, Rufus is leaving. Is there anything Zep or Uriel would like to have done in that time?
Let's see. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Uriel will send just a quick "Hey, I'm back" text, and I'll get that in just a sec here.
Okay.
I think the blood bag issue has any link to our new casino owner.
That is highly doubtful. However, it's not 100% impossible.
She's in Matt.
This is Dengle trying to remember the whole venture thing. If they can be baggers or not.
Nope.
And I don't think they can.
No.
So, no. Unless if their dogs are the ones eating it.
I was gonna say, if she's trying to amass a quick army.
Something tells me she doesn't have to amass a quick army. Probably just has it.
Provide for said army, then.
Right. Their family can't eat the same food as majority can. That's one of their prohibited foods specifically. So it would be their help.
Mm.
They also don't typically eat animals either. So, that is one problem solved. Sort of. One problem starting to be solved. Then he will look to the two. Is there anywhere that either of you two need to be taken? Zep, you have your car now, or no? Okay.
Yeah, if you could drop me off at my Airbnb, I'd appreciate it.
You got tired of the school.
Needed somewhere to go while the roof was under construction, and it's a pretty nice place, so.
Understandable. Next step, getting you a vehicle. Or at least a bicycle. And we'll take Yuri there. Rufus has one more thing that he has to do, but I will let somebody else talk.
So, we are mid-evening, well, midnight-ish. You have a few hours to go still. What would you like to do? Zep or Uriel?
Uriel is going to head back to their Airbnb and actually start looking at listings for cheaper housing near the school.
Okay. Most of it is apartments. There's also houses for sale for actually very cheap, but they need a lot of work.
Okay.
Like, they look completely gutted. You can see where pipes have been taken from the walls.
Mm-hmm. Uriel will kind of spend most of their evening looking over those, maybe look at one that needs a good bit of work, but like less than others, maybe. Kind of poke around, feel things out, spend the evening doing that.
Give me intelligence and technology.
Okie dokie. Five on a crit.
You
for this of all things.
You managed to find a couple that you bookmarked to dig into a little bit more. Not too many, less than you were hoping, but there's a couple promising ones.
Okay.
There's even one that doesn't look like it has pipes missing. So
very nice.
You have those to check into a little bit deeper. And it does take you a while to start flipping through the many, many houses that are for sale out that way. And then Zep.
Zep's going to try to do some hunting.
Okay. What would you like to do? How would you like to do?
He's going to prowl nearby bars, look for someone who'd be easy to stick up.
Give me... Let's see. Wits and insight.
Oh, hey, one.
You see someone stumbling out, and they are looking like they are pretty ideal prey for you. It is a woman, but she is alone.
Go try a look.
Okay. So you can give me a dexterity and stealth for trailing.
Good.
You aren't as stealthy as you wish to be. However, when you make the noise, she doesn't seem to see you, but she does, like, turn around and look kind of startled at the noise. And you can see her hand, like, immediately go to her stomach, and she's kind of moving quickly towards one of the alleys because she looks like she's gonna throw up.
Man's going off his gun and he's going to break away.
One more time?
Man's going off his gun and he's going to break away.
Okay, so you've given up?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you keep walking and you hear the disgusting sounds. And there's a pungent smell of alcohol. So,
But it's over, let's keep moving.
okay. Not a problem. It is quickly out of your hearing. And you are just kind of walking through the night.
Let's head back to us haven.
Okay. So we will leave you there unless there's anything else you would like to do.
Nope.
Okay. So back to Dengle.
He will. Tempest will, after dropping Uriel off, drive by Gabby's house. See if she's home.
You can see the light on.
Go up and knock on her door.
It takes a second, and you can hear her on the other side of the door after a couple minutes, and then the door quickly gets opened, and you are invited inside.
You will enter and how's things?
Good. I'm surprised you're here.
I have a couple things that I am going to ask you to do.
All right.
Couple things that you probably will be surprised about, but are you off tomorrow?
I can be.
No need to take any more days off than you need to. But I was going to have you follow me tomorrow in a not squad car.
I can swap shifts with someone.
See if there's someone that you can.
Okay. What did you need me to follow you?
Yes. I might be making a delivery to someone tomorrow, and if you can then follow them after we split, might be worthwhile.
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Secondly, I need you to find a death certificate for me.
Okay. And she will grab some paper that's just on the table. Do you have any information?
I can give you... You already have the name, since I've already told it to you. It was from way, way, way back. They lived in Detroit. I am not 100% sure where they ended up. I can tell you if my timelines are correct, a general range, if it's a natural death, as to when you could find it. I just don't know where.
That's gonna take some time.
Right. Kind of like, I don't have a social security number because I don't. There's a possibility she didn't have one.
That's gonna make it even harder.
Right, but here's a birth date, and we'll actually give the birthday.
Okay.
So that should help a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you can find anything, please let me know. If you can't, also let me know, please.
Do you need this by a certain time?
It doesn't have a deadline. However, expediency is going to be appreciated. I went and visited some old friends that I told you about, and there was a rose there already.
Okay. Is that
You
not normal?
no. Normally, I'm the only one that goes there, and I'm the only one that knows that he's buried there.
Okay. That's weird.
Or at least knew that he was buried there. He's the type that would absolutely do something like this that would mess with people. I just want to make sure that's not her, because I believe I crossed paths with the person that put the rose there.
Well, wouldn't you know if it was this person then?
Not necessarily. There are those of us that can alter other people's appearances. I actually work with them when I give them, well, certain people new names. Another one gives them new faces if needed.
Wow.
Eventually, I would like you to meet them.
Not to...
No,
Okay.
not unless if you wanted that, which I don't suggest. It doesn't feel good. However,
I'm
if there's
good.
any, I believe they can do cosmetic procedures as well. If there's anything that you want fixed or changed, but that's here nor there. But I just want to make sure that, yes, make sure that they're not a problem for me. And if they are, this is going to be quite awkward.
Okay. So are
Sorry.
no, you're good. Just not what I expected. So you're not sure if you don't think she's actually dead, then, is what I'm understanding?
I am not 100% sure. I didn't have a need to make sure she was dead, though I never did. I just hoped that she wasn't affected by this side of life.
Yeah, I'll get you this as soon as I can.
Thank you. Is there anything that I can help you with?
Just let me know when I can stop by again.
Once we find out more about your coworker, which I have my very attractive friend looking into.
Right.
I've given him a much better computer. Much more resources.
That's good.
Yes. So hopefully I'll hear something from him sooner rather than later, but until then, just making a house call.
Well, I'm glad to see you.
Nice to see you as well.
Yeah, you can come by anytime you want.
Right. I will send out a mass message of when and where to meet for my next thing. It'll be at the school. Obviously, you're not prohibited to come from that because you show up rather often for that, don't you?
Everyone.
It's not out of the norm, so I will let you know.
Okay.
Also, and does Rufus have the actual tickets to the show on him?
I imagine he would keep them relatively close. You would at least have them in the van.
He would have brought one in. He'll hand it to her. As promised, your ticket.
Thank you.
Now, get some sleep. I know you're probably not overly tired, but still, get some sleep. And hopefully I don't actually see you tomorrow. Hopefully you do a very good job of tailing me and not being sleepy.
Yeah, I can do that.
Good night.
You too. She will see you to the door.
People head out and hop in the van and go somewhere relatively secluded, away from a whole lot of everybody.
Would you like to hit one of your older haunts that is... there was one that's kind of an abandoned church turned parking garage?
Yes.
Okay.
Or that he feels safe.
Yes.
and he will open the safe and actually bring out his very old pieces of paper and actually read them in the van and make sure everything's locked.
Nothing's been touched, nothing's been messed with, everything is as you left it.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll still go over all of that and all of his handwritten manuscripts of the other parts that he has seen.
Yeah. Everything is still in good condition.
That's what he's going to spend the rest of his night doing.
Okay. Assuming you lock them back up before the day sleep.
Yes.
So, final rounds from everyone. Any last minute things before we leave you?
Look away the gift cards in my safe.
Okay. Your wallet or not your wallet?
His wallet.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that, no problem. So, thank you for joining us, everybody. Feel free to stick around for probably spoilers if you wish. Please like, follow, comment, subscribe, share, this, that, you know the spiel by now. We have to, sacrifice to the algorithm gods to get seen. Yeah, so thanks for that. You can check out links for our Discord. It's where you can join and talk to us and see all the memes that we post that make us break composure during games. There are some funny ones. You can watch the live chat comments as we go back and forth and pop off, and please join us there. Yeah, Dice Legion's still down. Nothing really else, right?
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, spoilers. What a fun game.
Yes.
Not super exciting, but you guys needed a lull in the action, I think.
We also got some things moving behind the scenes, it sounds like. I was genuinely surprised that Ellie was so cooperative.
She doesn't want Thin Bloods making stupid decisions. And also the actual amount of requests was getting concerning. More so now that she understands that the people who actually need the bags are not getting them.
So where are they being diverted? We must know.
Knows? I know. I know.
You know. We will find out at some point.
Probably. I would hope so.
Nah, we'll never find out.
Well, it's not my fault you guys don't read
gonna
books.
pack up and go to Orlando.
I'm sorry?
The whole Coterie is gonna pack up and move to Orlando.
I don't think Orlando will do well for Rufus.
No.
The absolute shenanigans that Uriel would get up to in Orlando.
You know, when you meet the... Oh god, how does it pronounce? The Kiesid?
Yeah. No.
When you find their little potion shop?
Oh, absolutely. Uriel will bother them till they're sick of them.
Which is immediately.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And then Rufus would just be like, no, this isn't okay.
Very little about Orlando will be okay. But back to Detroit. Very little about Detroit's okay, too.
Currently, yeah.
Yeah, fair.
You guys have gotten quite a few balls rolling around in the background.
Yes.
It's like a ball pit.
Yeah. Well, we only had like the 2. So we had to throw a bunch of them back in now. Because there's the guru population that we have a equal meeting ground, sort of neutral meeting ground.
A place where you can not harm each other.
Yes. Then there is obviously the blood bags thing, helping the thin bloods just in general, because I'm sure there's going to be extra supplements needed, at least short term.
He is trying and stumbling.
Yeah. And then there's still the school, which has been an ongoing thing. There's still Artemis, which has been an ongoing thing. And Rufus has some personal stuff. Zep has some personal stuff. It sounds like Yuri's got a couple personal things.
More coming, don't worry.
Yeah. Cat decided it was going to croissant on my neck now. So yeah, it's a lot of small things, but yeah.
Life's missing thin bloods, the potential for first light.
Yes. Potential for first light is bothersome, but it's fine. Nothing can go wrong. The fact that I have Spike looking into it makes me feel way better. I mean, honestly, I think Spike is the best person that we've got that can do that, so...
Spike has a lot of dice right now to look into this.
Almost as many as King did.
Yeah. Yeah, so even before a good setup, Spike had 7 dice, 8 dice, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, he dumped into tech.
Yeah. And he's fairly smart. And then with the setup, it's an extra 2 or 3 dice.
Yep. Yeah, he's got quite a few dice now.
He's got like around 10. It's fine.
Yeah. I think he had 4 intelligence, 4 technology with a specialty, and then now the setup.
Like 12. Yeah. If there's anybody to look into first light, it's Spike.
Yeah. Just keep him fed and you're fine.
Yeah, which Rufus already said. Just let me know. Make it happen, Captain.
Don't worry. You'll be getting a text soon.
Hey, I'm hungry. Hey. And don't tell me I taste fizzy, because no.
How would you taste fizzy?
Because my blood tingles.
Oh, good lord.
Yes.
I was
funny.
I was happy and surprised that your Bane popped off tonight, by the way.
I've been doing a very, very good job of making sure that I'm well.
Then forgot about the vein.
It's fine.
It was funny. I will say the reason I said yes was because you spent more than like a couple hours there. I know it's technically like when you wake up, but I feel like maybe you should have spent some time in the location for it to like sink in.
Yeah. Rather than, oh, you just drove past it.
Yeah. You settled there, so it sunk in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. I was a little sad you didn't roll.
I mean, roll a number of dice equal to their bane severity. If they receive any 10s, they take 1 aggravated damage.
Yeah. I was a little sad you didn't roll a 10.
I never roll 10s on regular dice. That's why I rolled regular dice. Problem is, I always roll 10s on blood dice.
LOL.
So I was like, no. And I was hungry. That just wouldn't have been good.
No. Nope, not at all. So, surprise, Chris is back.
Yay!
Yay!
Probably not the way you wanted him back, but he's back.
Hooray, our pet golden retriever himbo is returned.
It's fine. At least he's alive. And at least he's not part of some weird cult.
You say that like it's in question.
Which part?
Right. You guys saw Damien tonight?
I know. And they got to see exactly how Rufus does his thing. So yeah, that was fun. Makes it easy, really.
Do you really think it was Paula who you ran into?
Dengle knows exactly who the hell it was.
Who was it, Dengle?
Would Faye like me to spoil it for everyone?
That's
You
all
can
the
me-
clues
you can
get.
You can message me on a private chat if you want. That way you don't
giving
spoil
the
it for
answer
everyone.
right now. You're just not watching. You're not looking.
No, I got it.
I'm trying to help the... Oh wait, you can't see my screen. Never mind.
Nope.
Yeah. No. I got it though. I got it.
Yeah. Like I said, I know exactly who it is.
I
Rufus
wondered.
doesn't.
But how would... Now I'm curious.
We can talk about it afterward.
Gotta go to bed. It's
Well,
1 a.m.
We can wrap this up unless there's anything else you would like to discuss.
Not for me.
Just a goal.
Yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Yes, Stella's a ghoul.
I like how it was this weird, like, thing back and forth.
It was very good.
But yeah. No, I don't have anything, personally. So it would be up to them too.
I'm good.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a good one.